Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to speak about something simple yet profoundly powerful. It's a tool that has the potential to change your life in just 3 days, if you truly commit to it. It all begins with one thing: your inner dialogue. We are constantly talking. In fact, you speak to yourself more than anyone else does. Yet, how often are those words encouraging? How often are they kind? The truth is, we are often our harshest critics, our own worst enemies, trapped in a cycle of self-doubt, limitation, and negativity. What if I told you that simply shifting the way you talk to yourself could unlock a new reality? Now, here's the challenge. For just 3 days, I ask you to speak to yourself like you would speak to someone you love deeply. The voice you use with yourself matters more than you realize. Right now, that inner voice might be filled with uncertainty or fear, constantly reminding you of your shortcomings, your mistakes, or the impossible mountain ahead. It's time to change that. It's time to create a new inner voice, a voice that encourages, uplifts, and believes in the possibility of greatness within you. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you told yourself, "I am more than capable of handling this situation," or "I am worthy of success and happiness"? When was the last time you spoke words of empowerment to yourself, words that didn't just reflect your current reality, but the person you are becoming? Because here's the truth: your words are not just words, they are energy. Every thought, every sentence you repeat to yourself is a signal to your brain, shaping your emotions, your actions, and ultimately your life. And when you speak to yourself with compassion and conviction, you start to change the energy within you. Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow, and instead of groaning about the challenges ahead, you begin your day by telling yourself, "Today I will move toward my goals with confidence. Today I will face whatever comes with grace because I know I have the strength to overcome it." Feel the difference? That's the energy of someone who is aligned with their highest potential. That's the energy of someone who knows their worth. When you commit to this change for just 3 days, something remarkable happens. You begin to rewire the patterns in your mind. The negative talk that you've been listening to for years starts to lose its grip. With each moment of positive reinforcement, you create new pathways in your brain, strengthening the belief in your own power. By the end of just 3 days, you will notice a shift, not just in how you feel, but in how you show up in the world. The way you talk to yourself becomes the foundation for the way you respond to the world around you. Challenges no longer seem insurmountable. Fear no longer paralyzes you. Instead, you meet life's moments with courage, clarity, and a deep sense of trust in your own abilities. It all starts with the words you say to yourself. Words are not just expressions. They are tools of transformation. And if you speak to yourself with the belief that you are worthy, capable, and strong, you will begin to see the world through a different lens. So, for just 3 days, 3 simple days, speak to yourself like you are your own best friend. Speak to yourself like the powerful, resilient, and brilliant being that you are, and watch what happens. Your thoughts create your reality. Your words shape your destiny, that the way you talk to yourself has a profound impact on your life. Often we underestimate the power of our inner dialogue, but it influences our emotions, actions, and even our perception of the world. Every thought we have, every word we speak to ourselves is a message to our brain, guiding how we feel and how we react to the situations around us. If our inner dialogue is negative, filled with self-doubt or criticism, it can become a barrier to personal growth. It can limit our ability to take risks, to believe in our worth, or to push ourselves toward our potential. On the other hand, when we consciously choose to speak to ourselves with kindness, encouragement, and affirmation, it shifts the way we experience life. Positive self-talk creates a more supportive mental environment, one where we feel more confident and capable. It empowers us to face challenges with resilience and see opportunities rather than obstacles. This shift doesn't just impact how we feel in the moment. It rewires our brain, creating new neural pathways that strengthen our belief in ourselves over time. Your inner dialogue is not just a reflection of your current state. It shapes who you are becoming. It influences your behaviors, your reactions to others, and how you navigate life's ups and downs. By choosing to speak to yourself with care and compassion, you open the door to new possibilities. You begin to see the world not as a place of limitations, but as a space where your dreams can unfold. The simple act of changing the way you talk to yourself can be the catalyst for transforming every area of your life. Words hold immense power, more than we often realize. They are not just tools for communication, they are the building blocks of our reality. Every word we speak, every thought we entertain, creates ripples in our mind and body, influencing how we feel and how we interact with the world. When we speak positively to ourselves, we send messages of encouragement to our brain, which in turn enhances our confidence and self-worth. Positive words fuel a mindset of possibility and potential, creating a cycle of empowerment. On the contrary, negative words have the opposite effect. They reinforce limiting beliefs and feed feelings of doubt, fear, and inadequacy. Constantly telling yourself that you're not good enough or that you're destined for failure strengthens the neural pathways that support these beliefs. Over time, this inner narrative can become so ingrained that it feels like an unchangeable truth. But the reality is that words are malleable. You can reframe your thoughts, alter your self-talk, and in doing so, transform your perception of yourself and the world around you. The words you choose to use shape not only how you see yourself, but also how others perceive you. When you speak kindly to yourself, it radiates outward and affects the way you present yourself to the world. People respond to the energy you give off, and when you exude confidence, positivity, and self-belief, others are more likely to mirror that same energy. Words are the foundation of your reality, and they can either limit or expand your possibilities. By choosing to speak to yourself with care and attention, you set the stage for profound change, both internally and externally. Speaking to yourself with kindness and compassion is one of the most transformative practices you can adopt. So often, we reserve our most nurturing and supportive words for others, but forget to extend that same care to ourselves. We are quick to forgive our friends, colleagues, and loved ones for their mistakes, yet we can be relentlessly harsh on ourselves when we stumble. This imbalance in how we treat ourselves can undermine our mental health and well-being. When we speak to ourselves with kindness, we create a nurturing inner environment that fosters growth and resilience. Instead of berating ourselves for imperfections, we begin to embrace them as part of our humanity. Compassionate self-talk doesn't mean excusing mistakes or ignoring areas for improvement. Rather, it means treating ourselves with the same understanding and patience we would offer someone we deeply care for. It's about accepting ourselves fully, including our flaws, without allowing them to define us. This kindness has a ripple effect. The more we practice speaking to ourselves with care, the more our self-esteem grows. We begin to believe in our own worth, and that belief influences the choices we make, the risks we take, and the goals we pursue. A compassionate inner dialogue gives us the courage to face challenges head-on and the confidence to continue moving forward, even in the face of setbacks. Instead of feeling defeated by our failures, we view them as opportunities for learning and growth. By shifting the way we talk to ourselves, we open the door to healing and transformation. Kindness isn't just a way of speaking. It's a way of being that empowers us to show up in the world with more love, strength, and resilience. Negative self-talk can be one of the most limiting forces in our lives, often going unnoticed as it quietly shapes our beliefs and actions. We may not even realize how frequently we criticize ourselves, but these thoughts become ingrained patterns that influence our behaviors, choices, and relationships. When we constantly tell ourselves that we are not good enough, that we will never succeed, or that we will always be stuck in the same place, we create a mental environment filled with doubt and fear. These thoughts become self-fulfilling prophecies, subtly dictating the direction of our lives. This negativity does more than just affect our confidence. It impacts our physical health, our energy levels, and our overall sense of well-being. Chronic negative self-talk can activate stress responses in the body, leading to feelings of anxiety, fatigue, and even depression. The more we engage in self-criticism, the more we reinforce the belief that we are incapable of change or growth. We begin to see obstacles as insurmountable, and the challenges we face feel overwhelming. But it doesn't have to be this way. Negative self-talk is not a permanent fixture in our minds. It's a habit, and like any habit, it can be changed. The first step is awareness. By paying attention to the negative things we say to ourselves, we can begin to recognize the harmful patterns. Once we identify them, we can consciously replace them with more constructive and empowering thoughts. This process takes time, but every effort to shift our internal dialogue creates a positive shift in our mindset. It's not about eliminating all negative thoughts, but about choosing to focus on the ones that nurture and uplift, rather than those that limit and diminish. Rewiring your brain is not as difficult as it may sound. Every time you practice positive self-talk, you are actively creating new neural pathways in your brain. These pathways shape how you think, how you feel, and ultimately how you experience the world. Our brains are incredibly adaptable, and they respond to the thoughts and behaviors we repeatedly engage in. Negative thought patterns, when repeated over time, become deeply ingrained in the brain's wiring. They become automatic responses, influencing our actions without us even being aware of it. But this also means that positive thinking and affirmations can have the same powerful effect. Each time you choose to speak to yourself with kindness, each time you affirm your worth and capabilities, you are creating new pathways that support those beliefs. These new neural connections begin to override the old limiting beliefs and thought patterns. The more consistently you practice positive self-talk, the stronger these new pathways become. Over time, this rewiring process begins to shift your entire mind. You stop defaulting to self-doubt and fear, and instead, you begin to respond to life with confidence, resilience, and an openness to opportunity. This process doesn't happen overnight, but with commitment and practice, the transformation becomes evident. Your thoughts start to align with your goals and dreams rather than your fears and limitations. Your brain becomes more attuned to recognizing possibilities and solutions instead of obstacles. By consistently engaging in empowering self-talk, you reshape the way your mind operates, and in doing so, you begin to change not just your thoughts, but the way you approach every situation in life. You are no longer bound by your old patterns, but are free to create a new reality. Believing in yourself begins with the small daily acts of self-affirmation. It starts in the quiet moments when you're alone with your thoughts, when you decide what narrative to accept about your life and your potential. For many of us, believing in ourselves doesn't come naturally. We've been conditioned to question our abilities, to doubt our worth, and to fear failure. Yet these beliefs are not facts. They are learned behaviors, patterns we've internalized over time. To change the trajectory of our lives, we must first shift the way we perceive ourselves. Believing in yourself means recognizing that you are capable of more than you think. It means acknowledging your strengths, your resilience, and your capacity for growth. The foundation of self-belief is built by consistently reminding yourself of your past successes, no matter how small they may seem. When you focus on your achievements and the progress you've made, you begin to see a pattern of capability and strength. It's these reminders that help to break down the walls of self-doubt and open the door to new possibilities. When you believe in yourself, your actions begin to align with that belief. You make decisions with confidence, you take risks without fear of failure, and you pursue your goals with determination. Self-belief isn't about being perfect or never making mistakes. It's about trusting that you can navigate challenges, learn from setbacks, and keep moving forward. It's about knowing deep down that you are worthy of success, happiness, and fulfillment, and that you have the inner resources to create the life you desire. It all starts with a simple decision: to believe in yourself. When you start to believe in yourself, something remarkable begins to happen. You shift from a mindset of limitation to one of possibility. Your thoughts, once clouded by doubt and uncertainty, become clear and focused on the potential that lies within you. Believing in yourself is not about arrogance or pretending that everything will be easy. It's about trusting that you are capable of navigating life's challenges and achieving your dreams, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. This belief fuels action and gives you the courage to take steps toward your goals, no matter how big or small. Belief in yourself is the driving force that propels you forward. It allows you to push through discomfort, take risks, and overcome obstacles that might otherwise feel insurmountable. When you believe in your own abilities, you stop looking for external validation to feel worthy. You realize that you are enough, just as you are, and that your value doesn't depend on the opinions or approval of others. This shift in mindset gives you the freedom to pursue what truly matters to you, without fear of judgment or failure. As you cultivate self-belief, you also begin to recognize your own unique strengths. These strengths become your foundation, helping you build resilience in the face of challenges. The more you believe in yourself, the more your actions reflect that belief. You begin to show up in the world differently, with a sense of confidence and clarity that attracts opportunities, positive experiences, and the support of others. The belief you hold in yourself becomes a magnetic force, drawing to you everything you need to succeed. It all begins with trusting that you have the ability to create the life you desire. The transformation that occurs in just 3 days of speaking to yourself with positive, empowering words is profound. It's not about waiting for a miracle or an instant shift in your circumstances. It's about consciously choosing to change the way you think and speak to yourself, and that decision begins to alter your perception of the world. When you start your day with affirmations of strength, self-worth, and potential, you are actively reprogramming your mindset. Over the course of just a few days, you will begin to notice subtle yet powerful changes in how you respond to challenges, how you view your goals, and how you interact with others. The first day might feel strange or uncomfortable as you step away from old habits of self-criticism or doubt. But by the second day, you will start to feel a shift in your energy. Instead of feeling burdened by negativity, you'll notice a new sense of optimism emerging. You may start to catch yourself before you slip into old thought patterns, replacing those with affirmations of encouragement and possibility. By the third day, you'll feel a noticeable difference, not just in how you feel about yourself, but in how you approach everything in your life. Tasks that once seemed daunting will feel more manageable, and challenges will appear as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. This 3-day challenge is a commitment to yourself, a practice of reinforcing the belief that you are worthy, capable, and deserving of everything you desire. It's an opportunity to break free from self-imposed limitations and step into the fullness of your potential. Each day you continue this practice, you are laying the foundation for lasting change that will extend far beyond just 3 days. The power to create a new reality is in your hands. The energy you put out into the world directly influences the energy you receive in return. This is a fundamental law of human interaction. When you speak to yourself with positivity and belief, that energy radiates outward and impacts how you interact with others and how others respond to you. If you consistently affirm your worth and capabilities, you begin to carry a sense of confidence and self-assurance that others can feel. This energy becomes magnetic, attracting opportunities, people, and experiences that align with the positive vibrations you are emitting. On the flip side, when you are constantly filled with self-doubt and negativity, that energy is reflected in how you show up in the world. You might notice that you attract situations that reinforce those limiting beliefs, or that people respond to you in ways that reflect the negative self-image you carry. The energy you carry within you becomes the lens through which you see the world, and it influences the way others perceive and interact with you. By changing the way you speak to yourself, you begin to shift the energy you radiate. When you treat yourself with respect, kindness, and encouragement, you begin to attract those same qualities from others. People are drawn to positive, confident energy. It creates a ripple effect that spreads outward. This shift in energy can influence every aspect of your life, from your relationships to your career to your overall sense of fulfillment. When you align your internal energy with self-belief and empowerment, the world around you begins to reflect that same positive energy back to you, creating a harmonious flow of abundance and opportunity. Your thoughts are not just fleeting ideas. They are the foundation of your reality. Every thought you have, every word you speak to yourself is creating the life you experience. It's easy to overlook this fact, especially when we are caught up in the whirlwind of daily life. But the truth is, your thoughts are powerful forces that shape your outcomes. If you constantly tell yourself that you are incapable, that success is out of reach, or that you will always be stuck in the same patterns, you reinforce those beliefs and they become your reality. Your thoughts create limitations that bind you to a life of mediocrity and missed potential. However, when you consciously choose to think differently, when you choose to affirm your worth, your abilities, and your potential, you open the door to a completely different reality. Every positive thought, Every empowering belief strengthens the possibility of your success. The more you think positively, the more you act in alignment with those thoughts, creating a cycle of action that leads to growth, achievement, and fulfillment. Your words, too, are incredibly powerful. What you say to yourself and to others has the power to build up or tear down. The words you speak to yourself can either reinforce your limitations or push you toward your highest potential. When you begin speaking to yourself with kindness, encouragement, and belief, you start to create an internal environment where success is not just possible, but inevitable. The more you affirm your strengths and acknowledge your growth, the more you move in the direction of your goals. The reality you experience is a direct result of the thoughts and words you choose. Your thoughts create the framework for your future, and by intentionally shifting them, you create the life you truly desire.